That's all good. I smell it coming in. And just as the food comes in, we are live. What's going on? It's the Bearkat Bites podcast, the only independent media source covering Sam Houston football year round. I am Lane Fobbs. Check it out right here at Bearkat Bites. Everything is right there, and the links are in the description. If you are interested about supporting what we do, sending us off, having us do things, got a couple more announcements, a few fun surprises coming later this year, this football season. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you follow us and see what we're doing right here. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. We're in a press box, so you're not supposed to yell and, disrupt work, use etiquette. That's why we're doing a pregame and not doing it in game. And then we'll do a post game when everybody dips out. We can be a little louder if y'all remember last week against Jacksonville State. So, speaking of that tough loss, the Bearcats are here. Sam Houston is back in the quote friendly confines of quote home, Dynamo Stadium here in Houston, right off the Metro Purple line. That's the one I took to get in. What do you all want to see? Sound off. Get in right now. Throw them at me. What do you all think about what you need to see tonight? Well, one thing I need to see is a continuation of the offense. You kind of finally saw the vision of what the new coaching staff is kind of trying to go for. By the way, I know I got my SEC lanyard here. They had some Bearkat Bite. They had some Sam Houston lanyards, but you're not supposed to wear any team-specific stuff. So I just decided to wear a random conference. You know how they'll bring in referees that are like random from another conference. It's kind of what I did. But yeah, I know. But I need to see some of the same offense. I need to see some carryover. I really need to see a quicker start. That stuff we were seeing in the third and fourth quarter, let's kind of put that kind of into the first and second quarter, specifically the opening moments of the first quarter, okay? Too many times it has taken this team a long time to get on its toes and find its footing. That can't happen tonight because you got a UTEP team coming in that is desperate, okay? This was supposed to be the bellyhood return of UTEP, or, Scotty, some of y'all never thought UTEP arrived, so that's debatable. But Scotty Walden's supposed to lead them, and you were hearing thoughts about 9-win UTEP. Well, that's just factually not going to happen. They're 1-5. They can only be 7-5 UTEP at best. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that they're going to try to be a slouch. They're a dog backed into a corner. They're going to start barking. So you got to be ready for that. We don't know who they're going to start. We don't know who UTEP's going to start, all right? We have no earthly idea. They'll sit there until they do like Sam Houston. They'll sit there and tell us one thing and do another. I guess because Conference USA, for budgetary reasons, maybe, I don't know, they can't enforce telling the truth on the injury reports. I don't know. It's supposed to be guidelines. It doesn't happen. I could do a whole thing about that. We'll save that for after the season. Why don't we save that for things I need to see differently around the conference? How about that? As we do that, hey, everybody's starting to get up and get some food. I also want to talk about who needs this more. Who needs this victory more, the Cats or the Miners? Both of them need to come out like attack dogs, and I think both of them are. And that's why, despite the fact that this is, just one win between the two of these teams, despite that fact, I think this could be a pretty good game because both of their seasons are just, they're doing this on the cliff. It's like Wile E. Coyote, he right there, you're wobbling. Hopefully the road runner that's a loss don't push him off. You know what I mean? That's what both of these teams are trying to do right now. That's kind of the vibe and the energy. So I actually expect a decent game, but a well-played game, I don't know. But a fun game for a weeknight, I kind of do expect that. I would say that UTEP probably needs it more just because, again, there were already lowered expectations for Sam Houston. There were much higher expectations this year for UTEP. So I would say that because of that, they need it more because, Tony Robbins' disciple, possible Tony Robbins' disciple, Scotty Walden, he was very belly-hooed. He brought a lot of energy, and it just has not translated offensively. Now, it has translated defensively to UTEP. Now they are the best defense statistically anyway in Conference USA. So Sam Houston's offense is going to have to be ready for that. Their defense, let's see if they can limit those mistakes. There were just too many. It looked like either blown assignments or it looked like the scheme did not go to where the play was headed. I'm not really sure. I need to see some defensive improvement. I really do. Phil Longo gave the coach speak and things like that after the game and on Monday during the presser. But, we all saw what happened there. We all saw that after a timeout, there was just nobody there to tackle and what was an easy 5-yard gain that led to a field goal for Jackson State winning the game. So that can't happen tonight. That can't happen. So we'll see. It's also the final ride. It is the final ride for UTEP and Sam Houston as conference rivals. And as it stands right now, they're not going to have any in-state conference rivals after this. Now, some of you will say, well, UTEP, it feels like, yeah, that's Texas. I mean, they're all the way. It's another state. That's New Mexico. Well, that's fair, but they are within the state borders. So they did count as an in-state conference opponent, and you're losing that. That's your last one. After this year, that's it. Your closest game is what? I mean, but New Mexico maybe, or they're the only one that's a state that's not multiple states over. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. We got to see what's going to happen with that. But we'll see though. We'll see. Tonight, if you ask me to pick, you know what? I'm not going to pick this. Yeah, fine. You all want me to pick. I get paid to have opinions. I might live to regret it. I will pick Sam Houston tonight. I will pick Sam Houston 21, UTEP 20. I will go with that. What do you all think? Go ahead and sound off in the comments. We'll go until about 4:55 or 5 here, so about 5 more minutes or so. We'll go about 5 more minutes or so. Everybody's filling in here into the press box. I saw a couple of UTEP fans as I walked in. I saw the UTEP truck parked outside. You can go to the Twitter there at Bearkat Bites to see that. You can go see the UTEP equipment truck that I posted. That was pretty cool. It was pretty cool seeing that. We're in this press box. It's been so tough. We had a lot of questions, not a lot, but a few questions about things that we may have missed and things like that on the field. Let me tell you, it is tough. This is probably the toughest angle to have media. It's a tough angle. Can't wait to get to Neubauer Stadium next year and see more clear so we won't miss stuff. It's really hard. So what happens is I end up on the field and I'm running back and forth, and then my desperate sprint, I miss stuff. So I know the legendary Colton Foster with Huntsville newspaper, I think he's gonna look down and take in the game from outside a little bit. That's cool. I might try to do that. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see, General Sam. I think it'll be another close game. But Sam Houston, yeah. Last week was a close game, and you didn't expect that one to be close, right? Sam Houston, the first game in a while that Sam Houston covered the spread. First game all year that they covered the spread. Interestingly enough, so that tells you that they are improving. That tells you that they are getting better. So this is, I think, a 6-point spread now. I think it's a 6-point spread still. I'm not sure. I think it's UTEP favorite, so maybe Sam Houston covers it again. We're gonna have to see what happens, But lay some comments on me. Lay some comments on me, guys. By the way, we're gonna have the Sam Houston post-game show as well. We're gonna have the Sam Houston post-game show because this is gonna be a long weekend. I'm taking 4 days off. If you know what I mean, I'm taking some days off. Wifey has a fall break at her school district, so I'm gonna take the last 2 days along with her. How about that? But yeah, lay some comments on me. What do you all think? What do you all want to see tonight? What are you all looking for? Sound off. Get in here and sound off. I'm looking and trying to find him. I didn't see the defense out there. I'm looking up right now. I'm looking right now. I just don't, I need to invest in some binoculars too. Again, these are such awkward angles. Because usually at this time, I'll be on the field with you guys. Let's see. Did Diaz dress out? We're looking and seeing. Do you see Diaz? Jameer Diaz? Oh, my bad. I was asking my man if Diaz dressed out, if maybe he saw him. He's on his headphones, Yeah, no, you're good, man. You're good. No problem. But yeah, I can't really. Is that him? And the thing is, we are faced like they're faced like this. So we can't really see what they have. You know what I mean? As far as numbers, it's kind of difficult. Let me see. I don't see anybody walking around in a boot or anything. I'm assuming he's dressed out, but don't quote me on that. I'm assuming he's dressed out. We're gonna assume that. Lay some more on me. What do y'all see?
Well, we're about an hour out. Have you checked the injury report yet? Is that out yet?
Hey, what's up, man? I don't know. Usually when I get on the field is when all that stuff starts coming out. You know, like once we start getting ready. Oh, y'all shooting. By the way, all of this happened.
They've been releasing that so late that it's almost useless.
Yeah. But I haven't seen him. Let's see, guys. What else y'all got? What else do y'all want to see tonight? Let me know. By the way, check out the t-shirts. The links are in the description. We've got some Tim Allen Santa Claus, like Santa Claus stuff coming in. Some house shoes for you guys if you want those, you know. Yeah. I actually think I did see him out there. Now that's a guy Gain Smith. I think I did. Yeah, he won't be playing. I mean, again, these injury reports that they do, it's almost just, you know, there was a time in FCS when there wasn't as much coverage as college football and things that it was okay to do that. You know, no one thought twice about it, right? But now, especially with the conference trying to institute some guidelines, there has to be more clearer communication of who is playing and who is not. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that continues. That's just something, definitely something to develop and watch. But let's see here. We'll lay one more on me. One more. We got a couple more minutes here. What are y'all thinking? The comments have been good. What are y'all thinking as we check the team running, doing their warm-ups? I don't see anybody sitting behind. I don't see anybody staying behind and on a boot or anything like that. So you guys go ahead and get ready for the game. We're about a little more than an hour out. I'm going to grab some food because I'm hungry, and we'll talk in the post-game show, where you will sound off on your comments just like us. My keys to the game. Oh, okay, yeah, let me get out on that. Keys to the game, get off to a fast start. Stop lollygagging around. It takes way too long for this team to get their legs under them, okay? You know, the way they're playing in the third and fourth, like everybody's like, whoa. That needs to happen in the first and second quarter, specifically the first, all right? Defense needs to be on its toes. Why? Because you don't know what UTEP is going to run. Again, they are a dog. As I said a few minutes ago, they are a dog backed into a corner right now. They are backed into a corner. If they lose 2 more games, there's no bowl. They're doing everything they can to just salvage that. So you don't know what they're going to roll with, okay? So you got to definitely look at that. And then I need to see more from there's another level of this offense, right? That the offense needs to find another level. And once they do that, I think they'll be okay. Now, again, we saw some of the vision last week, right? So let's continue to see that. Let's see a little bit more. I think Longo said once upon a time, I think 70% of his offense was installed. I would say less than that. Okay. Maybe today it's like 62.8%, some uneven number. But those are my keys to the game, you guys. Those are my keys. So we're about an hour out. I'm going to kind of walk around, see who's here, and do some more reporting. And you all take care. Enjoy the game if you're here. All that stuff. We'll see you all for the post game. Take care.